Exact. I thought the roof will fall. Okay. Can I sing one? If you give me mic, please. And one song. Janma Didi, you play Mridanga. One song book. Okay, so we are singing Hari Bole Moder Gorelo. What happened?
Oh, nothing. Prabhuji he was saying we should sing that one.
Oh, who said?
Ananta.
He has to give me $100 then. Everything is paid.
No problem, Maharaj.
Which page? Hari Bole Moder Gorelo. Which page is that? Hari.
Prabhu, you can keep that on top of this so that doesn't top it. The blanket.
I'm not getting. Which page is that?
What's the name?
Harir Bole Moder Gaur Elo.
I think it is not in
Okay.
the book, it is in the app.
I can find it for you, Marley.
I'm getting old. 170.
175. And the small one.
Old age, what to do?
Maharaj is also Brahmaji's age.
Me and Hemant Prabhu running same age as age of Brahmaji. Hey, stop singing. Let me sing. Hari Bole Mode Gorelo. Hari Bole Mode Gorelo. Hari Bole Mode Gorelo. Elo re Gaurang Chan pe me elo thelo. Elo re Gaurang Chan. Oh elo re Gaurang Chan pe me elo thelo. Elo re Gaurang Chan. Nitai Advaita Sange Godru me pashilo. Nitai Advaita Sange Godru me pashilo. Nitai Advaita Sange Hari Bole Mode Gaurelo. Hari Bole Mode Gaurelo. Hari Hari Bole Mode Gaurelo. Hari Bole Mode Gaurelo. Sankirtan rasa में ते नाम बिलाइलो. नाम हाटे ऐश प्रेम जगत बसाइलो. ओ नाम हाटे ऐश प्रेम जगत बसाइलो. नाम हाटे ऐश प्रेम. हरि बोले मोदे गौरलो. हरि बोले मोदे. हरि हरि बोले मोदे गौरलो. Godruma vasira dukhe dure gelo. ગોરા એલો નામે હાથે નદિયા ભ્રમિતે ગોરા ગૌર એલો હાથે સંગે નિતાઈ એલો હાથે હજી ગૌર એલો હાથે સંગે નિતાઈ એલો હાથે હરી બોલે બોલે मतवारा निताई गोत्रो मेरा माते नाचे मतवारा निताई जगत मताई निताई प्रेमे मलसाते जगत मताई तोरा देखी जा रे ओ तोरा देखी जा रे तोरा देखी जा रे देखी जा रे ओ तोरा देखी जा रे अद्वैतादि भक्त वृंद नाचे घाटे घाटे ओ अद्वैतादि भक्त वृंद नाचे घाटे घाटे अद्वैतादि भक्त वृंद भलया दुरंत गली पड़ी अभी भाते भलया दुरंत गली हरि बोले बोले गोरे लो हरि बोले बोले हरि बोले बोले गोरे लो हरि बोले बोले सुख भासिलो जीव गौर चंद्र नाथे सुख भासिलो जीव गौरा चंद्र नाचे देखिया सुनिया पाशंदीर बुक बाते ओ देखिया सुनिया पाशंदीर बुक बाते हरि बोले Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Now Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, oh Hari Bol, 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 oh Gaur Nityananda Bol, Hari Bol, oh Gaur Priya Chaitanya Bol, Hari Bol, oh Gaur Gadadhar Bol, Hari Bol, oh Gaur Srinivasa Bol, Hari Bol, oh Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Bol, Hari Bol, oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. वृंदावन में बोलो सेवा कुंज में बोलो नीति मन में ओ यमुना तट पर ओ कुंज गलिन में ओ मान गलिन में बोलो पान सरोवर ओ वृंदावन में बोलो सिंगार मठ में hearing properly. Maybe I'm deaf. So only ladies will say Gopal. And then you have to defeat them.
Yes.
Okay? Gopal, 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 Gopal. Why we are fighting for Gopal? Let us sing together. Shri Radhe Gopal, Bhajamana Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe Gopal, Bhajamana Shri Radhe. Jai Radhe Radhe, oh 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 Radhe Radhe. Hari bol, 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 oh Hari bol, 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 oh Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, oh Hari bol, 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 Everyone, hands up. This is a game, okay? We're going to say Hari, and when I jump, when I say bol, everyone has to jump. Right? No cheating. Also here. Hari. Everyone, do like this. Hari. Bol. More high. Hari. Out of team. Okay, one more chance. Hari. Very good. Hari. He was 300 pounds before, and after doing Hari Bol, now it's 150. Hari. No ball. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, oh Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Holy Sai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Sai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Sai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Sai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Thank you everyone.
Let's fix the chadas 1 second. As soon as you sit down, just let's stretch it out.
Okay. Mansi Didi, your turn to speak. Glorify Gurudev.
Your turn to speak.
No, glorify.
We are here only to listen.
Yes, glorify Gurudev on this day.
We dance from this.
No, give mic to Mansi Didi.
Radhapriya.
Yeah, that's now.
No. Fix this. Fix. Okay. Very good.
Namayo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmani Shri Srimad-Bhakti-Vedanta Narayan Namani Manchakutadrubhasya Sindhubhayaja Kupikunam Pavanebhya Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo. This is just something that I'd heard in one of Srila Gurudev's classes back in Mathura in 1987, and it talks about the highest form of mercy. So, Marji, if there are any pencils or if I see something, please guide me through the process. So, he talks about it, he says, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He's there in Golok, and as he's taking the cows to go cow grazing, and they all enter Vrindavan, the entire forest sort of becomes jal. And I'm thinking it's just frozen, just so memorized by his beauty. And Krishna is so merciful that he's constantly thinking about all us jivas, and we're struggling in this cycle of birth and death, and we've forgotten him, and we are here just assuming we're enjoying. So because of his causeless mercy, he tries to take incarnations. Sometimes he comes in a very small form, just as an ansh, and sometimes he comes himself. So when Krishna and the Supreme Personality comes himself, they're called as Avtari. That means they're no different than the Supreme Personality. And when he comes in slight part and parcel, then they're called as avatars. But they all come in this material world to give us liberation so that we can get away from the cycle of birth and death. Just like that is how our Sri Guru is. So Sri Guru looks at us and says, oh my God, these people are constantly suffering in the cycle of birth and death. How can I help them? So he talks about what is the biggest mercy in this world. The Let's forget about all sort of philanthropy that we see, people donating billions of dollars that can just help maybe some people for some time in this material lifetime. He talks about the higher form of mercy, that is Datiji. Datiji Rishi, while he was living, gave his bones so that the demigods could save their planet. So merciful. He talks about the mercy of the one Maharaji that gave away his son and daughter because he had a dream. Harishchandra, Maharaj Harishchandra, who because of his dream even sold his son and daughter. But is that mercy actual mercy? How far can that take us? Maybe to a spiritual planet, maybe to Swarga, where we'll have a lot of enjoyment, and then what? So, the biggest mercy in this world is of someone who can liberate us from this cycle of birth and death, so that we never ever have to suffer. He says, all of us, if there is fire, he gives an example of fire, and he says, if there's fire, no matter how hidden it is, it will always show its true nature. Just like in our body, we have fire, but we can't see it. But every now and then, it will crop up and we'll have fever, and we can see that there is some fire in our body. We can sometimes go on volcanic rocks, and we do not see the lava flowing under it, but if we see there is heat. Just like that, our soul's nature is to love. And to love, that propensity, just like that fire is hidden, that pure nature of love is also hidden, but it shows in non-immaterial way that are not spiritual. We love our husband, we love our daughter, he says we love our body, we love our hair. People can have different type of loves. We love dogs, we love cats. But a Sri Guru comes in and says, you have the propensity to love. It's already inherent and given it to you. I want to clean it. I want to polish it. I want to make it pure. So that when your heart is pure and your love is pure, you can actually go ahead and offer it to Krishna. We will feel that love that he wants us to experience. He comes himself for us to see that love. And that is the highest form of mercy that we can ever think of in this entire world. And taking so much pain, he doesn't need to come. We're the ones that made an offense, came here, and have covered all our love and our affection with all these material things that are around us. But Sri Guru, because of his courseless mercy, he comes and he comes down to us to purify what is already in us, to purify our soul, our love, and to put it in the right direction, that we're not thinking about just what is materially around, but to offer it into the highest form of divine couple. And we can slowly and slowly, through sadhana, realize our original constitution position, and we can offer that love in the service of Sri Guru and Vaishnava.
क्या नहीं, आज तो आपको बोलना ही है. आजा उधर.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. कृष्णप्रियाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिने वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Today, since Maharaji blessed me on my 51st birthday, I really feel that our Sri Gurudev, our Srila Gurudev blessing comes from all sort of different ways. These few years we have been, because of COVID and all, we have been listening to a lot of Zoom classes and things going on all over the world. And we had really more, we felt that we are feeling more and more connection to Srila Gurudev as the time passes by. I very fondly remember, I was very not mature in bhakti, and I'm still not, but in 2010 when I went, I asked Srila Gurudev actually, even though he wasn't speaking much, so I asked Srila Gurudev that there were few things going on. When Gurudev said, ki, right now you guys are not taking me seriously, and you will realize my contribution after 10 years. And I don't know why he said 10 years, but he did say 10 years. And when 2020 COVID hits and everybody went on Zoom, and it was 1 year, completely more than 1 year, more than 1.5 years, there's so many glorification was going on. And I was really surprised to see people, devotees, all over India, all over the world, who didn't even meet Gurudev, who didn't even saw Gurudev. They are the Param disciples, like they are the granddaughters, grandchildren's, grandsons, grandchildren's of Srila Gurudev. And most everyone says that Gurudev came in our dreams, Gurudev talked to us, Gurudev sat in our house, and it felt like how all these Mahabhagavat comes and spread the mercy. It is just unbelievable how they are distributing the mood of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu came for this reason. I don't know at those age how many people Mahaprabhu touched, but I feel all this army of Mahaprabhu, all our Guru Varga, they are really touching everyone's heart. They are stealing the hearts of a lot of devotees, and this is an amazing mercy. Anybody who comes to Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, they really feel a very strong connection with their Guru. No matter who their Gurus are, but they have a very, very strong connection to their Guru. And this is what our main teachings are. Mahaprabhu really came to give the sambandha, the prem, our services, all what the previous avatars like Ramji and Krishna was not able to fulfill it or not able to do it properly. But then I see all over Gaudiya Guru Varga, they literally just stealing the heart of the devotees. And on this day, I'm really thankful to especially Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ji. Because of them, because of him, because of this one Acharya, all over the world, all the Western world wouldn't have known the glories of Krishna and Radharani. And then after our Gurudev and all our Acharyas and Guru Varga are really merciful and tirelessly preaching. I see Pujyapat Siddhanti Maharaj for so many years, tirelessly traveling all over the world. Not even a single day they have in their rest days or any days. And we feel grateful to all our Guru Varga who work so hard just to remind us why we are here, what is our roles, what is our duties, and what we need to do. And I'm really grateful to Maharajji and all our Acharyas and all our Guru Varga. And everybody here, actually, because of you guys, everything is successful. So thank you everyone for coming and blessing. Special thanks to Maharajji. Thank you so much. Avancha kalpataru vasya kripa sindhu
Auntie, how much time left? No.
It's 1:10. It's 1:10.
1 hour?
1 hour.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अजानुलम्बितो भुजो कनकवदातो संकीर्तनैकपित्रो कमलायताक्षो विशम्बरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो। राधाचिन्तनिवेशिनं यस्य कान्तिविलोपिता श्रीकृष्णचरणं वन्दे राधालिङ्गितं विग्रहम्। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Since both of them speak about Srila Gurudev's glories, I also want to contribute a Siddhanta in there. And that is Agya Guru Haya Avicharniya. Try to understand this. Bhakti needs maturity. No matter how much parikrama you do, no matter how many rounds you're chanting, no matter what you are, a good speaker, a good singer or whatever, if there is no development of a maturity in bhakti, you cannot advance in spiritual life. The activity of an immature person and the activity of a mature person, it varies a lot. How the maturity develops? ये पहले ऐसे क्यों नहीं कर दिया था कीर्तन में? इतना अच्छा हो गया अभी. Maturity comes by association with mature acharyas. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj used to say, I've never associated with anyone. No, he used to say, I always used to associate with those who have very subtle thoughts on bhakti, not on the gross level, on a subtle level. Because just like, for example, if I ask the audience, Agya Guru Haya Avicharniya, you know the meaning? Anantapur?
Guru's order should be just followed. We should not think over it.
Obey the order of Guru as it is, which is true. We have to. We all agree with this or not? If Gurudev say this is day, then this is day. If he say night, it's night. Right? But we have to understand there are more details in this sentence. Even though the meaning is, literally the meaning is, there should not be any consideration in obeying the order of Guru. But we have to understand the examples of our acharyas, how they transgress this to serve their Guru. Transgress this order. The example of Sri Ramanujacharya. The example of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada was ordered by his Guru Maharaj. Who was his Guru Maharaj? And
Bhakti.
that never go to Calcutta. Always stay in Mayapur. Never open any center. And don't make disciples. These are 3 orders. So what we see? Did you obey this order? He opened his first center in Calcutta. That was the instruction of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And it looks like he disobeying. It appears like that. He went to Calcutta, opened a center there. But when it was asked to him that your Gurudev ordered you not to go to Calcutta, he said, I'm never in Calcutta. I'm always in Mayapur town. Externally, means by body, you may see you're in America or Mayapur, Calcutta or whatever city. But where is your absorption? That matters a lot. His absorption is always the service of Shri Mayapur Dham. Then the other instruction, don't make centers. And he established 64 centers. By giving opportunity and facilitating those who cannot do bhakti, and staying in center, they can learn so much how to perform sadhana and do bhakti. And when it was asked to him, why you made disciples? You told not to make disciples. Srila Prabhupada said, they are not my disciples, they are my gurus. Not just verbally saying this, he really mean this. Why they are my gurus? In their proximity, in their association, I have to maintain my conduct, good conduct. And they are teaching me that I have to engage myself in always speaking Harikatha. So this means they are not my disciples, they are my gurus. Srila Prabhupada said this. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada told Param Gurudev, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, when he was exchanging his clothes in Navadvip Parikrama, when many people want to kill Prabhupada, throwing all those bottles and bricks because of his preaching. He was cutting Mayavad, Brahmanvad and all. He was told. And then Param Gurudev, our Gurudev's Gurudev, means grandfather, Param Gurudev. He took his Guru Maharaj inside room and exchanged clothes. He was wearing white cloth, and he put this white cloth on his Guru Maharaj and took his saffron cloth, sannyas cloth, and came out. For those here who don't know what I'm speaking, for them. So Prabhupada was little upset and angry. Why you doing this? You have to, this is not proper, you're disobeying me. You have to follow the instruction of Guru. And what Param Guru replied, I know what I'm doing. That what does this mean? Is he offending Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj? He was protecting his life, which is something more than disobeying Guru, protecting the life of Guru. Agya Guru Hoya Vicharniya. Srila Gurudev wrote one article where he said different categories of disciples. One is called Shishya Bhruva. means look like Shishya, disciple, but not disciple. An example given is Eklavya. You know Eklavya? In India, everyone praise Eklavya a lot. But from Shastras, from the perspective of scriptures, he was not bona fide disciple. But people, they see Mahabharata and their heart melt. Oh, what kind of disciple? Generous person. But people, in general, they don't know the details of Eklavya. Who approached Dronacharya, seeing Dronacharya's teaching the art of archery to the Pandavas and Duryodhana and all. Eklavya also approached Gurudev, I also want to learn this. And moment Dronacharya heard this, he scanned him. You know scan? If you see in the eyes of disciple, you can understand what is going through. And immediately Dronacharya said, no, I'm not going to teach you. I'm only teaching Pandavas. I'm teaching Kshatriyas. I cannot teach you. He said, okay. And what he did then? He made a statue, a deity of his Guru Dronacharya, and he was worshipping him. And in a hidden way, hiding, is watching how Dronacharya is teaching to Pandavas. And he learned the art of archery. And once upon a time, Dronacharya, because you cannot hide from your Guru, he was in the fields and he created imitation, one hog who was coming to attack Dronacharya. And he opened his mouth, and there's another version, some say dog came to bite him. He opened his mouth and Eklavya saw this and he shot arrow and he killed that animal. Dronacharya said, who's that? Who saved my life? Who is there? And Eklavya came forward and said, me, Gurudev. Who are you? I'm the same person, Eklavya, who approached you for learning. Oh, you're very good in shooting arrows. Who taught you? And he said, you. No, I didn't taught you. He said, I learned from you because I was hiding and watching how you teaching to the Pandavas. Eklavya. Then Dronacharya said, okay, you learned so much from me, and where is Guru Dakshina? You learn from Guru, then you have to give something in return. Krishna learned from his Guru. Who was Guru? Sandapani Muni. And what he gave in return?
Their son.
Dead son back to life. Such a big donation, huh? So one is supposed to give. So Eklavya said, oh, Dronacharya said, then where is my donation? Dakshina. He said, Gurudev, whatever you say. Not that what I want to give you. Whatever you want. Understand? Yesterday we were hearing about this. Dronacharya said, yes, well, I need your thumb. In charity, in donation. Thumb. Cut your thumb. And Eklavya was just staring at him. What are you asking for? But then he has to give because he learned. So he cut his thumb. That means he can't hold bow and arrow in his life. Looks like Dronacharya is cruel. Can Gurudev be cruel? Then what's wrong? What wrong Eklavya did then? It says Shishya Bhruva. This is one category. That means externally or acting like a disciple but actually not disciple. Because the only purpose of him learning this archery was to defeat Arjun and wants to show off that I am the only best archer in the entire world. And he was against Arjun. Dronacharya immediately scanned him. Why he wants to learn this? Understand? So approaching Gurudev to only learn to show off oneself, this disciple is not bona fide disciple. The mode of service is not there. The mode is to become envious to Arjun, who is a devotee of Krishna, very dear to Krishna, who has given his life to Krishna. And Krishna has become his charioteer. That's why Dronacharya didn't want in him. And he wanted his thumb. Ekalavya. Then there is disciple in the mood of tamas, ignorance. So tamagun, rajagun and sattvagun. Who is in the category of tamagun? Karna. Also in India people they praise, oh wow, Karna is like, what was his fault? He's best, very generous. But if you read Mahabharata, you will come to know the previous history of Karna, his previous life. He was a demon. He was a demon. Long story. You know story? Karna story? So how come Karna is in a mode of ignorance? He accepted Parshuram as his Gurudev. And Parshuram asked me, which caste you belong to? So why was there a caste system? The caste system was very pure in nature, but later it got diluted. There was very good, caste system was a very good organization in the society, the Vedic system. But later some delusions comes in that and then become, envious to each other. Brahmins, they started showing off, we are Brahmins, and Shudras, they can't even touch our shadow, all that. The Shudras has to wear a big bell on their neck while they have to come out from their house. Because if any Brahmin is walking in the street, he hearing a Shudra coming. He can't even see Shudra, he can't even touch the shadow of Shudra. He can't even grab water from that river when Shudra is present there. There were so many details there. But why they ask for which caste you belong to for learning? Because Brahman has their own caliber to understand, to learn Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. But our Acharya explained that every society in the world has 4 caste system. They are Brahmins, they are Kshatriyas, they are Vaishyas and Shudras. How come? How about those priests in the church? They are Brahmins. Then there are soldiers in every country. They are Kshatriyas. Then there are business people. And there are also Shudras. So every country, every society is divided to 4 castes. Srila Bharati Maharaj used to say this. So that's why Brahman, like suppose if some mishappening happens in any family, then the Shraddha ceremony has to be done in certain days. So for Brahmins it's different, for Kshatriyas it's different, for Vaishyas it's different. And Shudras is long. Because Shudra means one who is not intelligent to understand what is the difference of body and soul. They're always on a bodily concept and they can't understand that widely. But Brahmins means one who जो ब्रह्म में विचरण करते हैं, one who get absorbed in Brahm, that is Brahman. Not by birth, but by activities. The meaning of Brahman is one who is always absorbed in Brahm, means one who is always in serving, absorption there. So therefore they are very intelligent and they know the soul has its journey. So they don't lament much. 4 days, 3 days, that's all. Because of this kind of the intellectual level, the Guru, Dronacharya and other Gurus, they always ask which caste you belong to. Then I will teach you accordingly. Not that I am going to reject you, but I am going to teach you accordingly. Just like Maharaj used to say one example of Satyakam, Jwala. He approaches Gurudev and I want to learn from you. He said, okay, but which Varna you belong to? Are you Brahmin, Kshatriya? I say, I don't know. Then go ask your mother and come tomorrow. So this boy came to mother and said, Mother, which caste I belong to? Are we Brahmins or Kshatriya? He said, why are you asking? Because Gurudev wants me to know this. And then accordingly he is going to teach me. Then mother, straightforward, very honestly she said, when I was young, I served so many men in my life. So I don't know which Varna you belong to. He said, okay. He came next day to his Gurudev and he said, this is the answer of my mother. And his Gurudev said, you are Brahmin. How he understood his Brahmin? One who can say that difficult words or sentence straight, honestly, always telling truth, that means he's a Brahmin. With his qualities, not with the Varna. Mother said straight, I served so many men in my life. I don't know which Varna you belong to. And he said exactly same. And Guru, he said you're Brahmin. Similarly, Karna, when he approached Parshuram for learning, Parshuram told which Varna you belong to. What Karna said?
Kshatriya.
Huh?
No, Brahmin.
He said Brahmin.
He said Brahmin.
He said Brahmin. And he learned everything. And what was the intent of Karna also?
Defeat Arjuna.
To defeat Arjuna, which is not proper and bona fide. Therefore, he learned everything from Parshuram. And one day, Gurudev, Parshuram was sitting. Karna was sitting and Parshuram said, I want to rest. He said, Gurudev, this is the best place to keep your head. And he kept his Gurudev on his lap. Parshuram was sleeping and a scorpio came and bite and sucking blood. So much blood came out. From Karna. Then Gurudev woke up and said, hey, what is this? So much blood. And he saw a scorpio. You liar? You told me you're Brahmin? Brahmin cannot tolerate so much. You're a Kshatriya. You lied to me. I curse you. You see? When the time comes, so like for instance with Ekalavya, Dronacharya immediately scanned him and understood what he wants. So he rejected him. But with Karna, Gurudev Parshuram came to know later. And this was a test. This was a test to Guru, for the disciple, Karna. Brahmin cannot tolerate so much. This strong tolerance is in Kshatriyas. So you are Kshatriya by nature. Therefore you lied to me. Whatever I taught you, you'll forget all this vidya, all this knowledge one day. When it's going to be required for you, you'll forget this. I curse you with this. Why Gurudev is writing this article? Because he used to say all this Ekalavya, Karna, all these tattvas are present in us as disciples to some portion or the other. We are also Ekalavyas. Some Ekalavya tattva is there inside us. Some Karna tattva is inside us. We want to learn from Gurudev, but not to serve him, but to show off that I am also something in this world. I also need some adoration. I also need to get popular. Then this is a disciple in the mode of ignorance, Karna. Another example is Duryodhan. Duryodhan made Balaram Prabhu his Guru, Baldev Prabhu. But why he made him Guru? Very tricky. Duryodhan wants to learn the art of club fighting, Gada Yuddha, from Balaram Prabhu, and also that if Balaram Prabhu is my Guru, then I'll be saved and protected from all dangers. Such a stupid fellow. He could have asked Baladev Prabhu, saying that I know I'm very cruel, I know I'm very impure, But oh Balaramji, if you bless me, can I get the service of Krishna? Did he ever said this one time? He never even mentioned this. Such unfortunate person. Staying with Akhand Guru Tattva, Shri Baldev Prabhu. All Guru comes from Shri Baldev Prabhu. Staying with him, learning from him. And what he's asking? What is learning from him? Only how to club fight. That's all. So Duryodhan Tattva is also present in disciples' heart. Learning from Guru, but don't want Krishna Bhakti. There are many disciples like that. Duryodhan, he don't want Krishna Bhakti. He just wants some art. Gurudev, you're a very good speaker. I want to learn from you how to speak Harikatha. And what will you do? Then I'll become a preacher. This is the intent. Why you want to become preacher? Not to serve you, Gurudev, but I want to highlight myself. So that's why Eklavya Tattva, Duryodhan Tattva, Karna Tattva, all these negativities are in the heart, which is hidden. But you can't hide from Guru. He scan you and immediately, just like Matajis, they cook rice. And after a while, they just take one rice from the pan and they see if it's cooked or not. And with that, you can conclude it's cooked or uncooked. So just by seeing, immediately understand what is your intent. Gurudev was like that. Srila Gurudev was like that. And sometimes he was quiet, not telling, and many times he used to even tell that this is something wrong in you. Improve yourself. I detected this. And sometimes he was keeping on, not speaking. And that's more dangerous. If not speaking, then it's a red flag. But if he's speaking, then everything is fine. He's merciful. Understand? If he's speaking, then he's very merciful. If he's not speaking, there's something wrong there. You know the example of Ramchandra Puri? No, never heard. In Mahaprabhu pastime, heard? Vishnu Priya? Yes, Didi? Shri Madhavendra Puripal, when he was exhibiting his sickness pastime, as all our acharyas did, and our Guru Parampara starts from Madhavendra Puripal, he manifesting sickness pastime, and his best disciple, Shri Ishwar Puri, who is Gurudev of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was serving him, cleaning him, singing for him, reciting Bhagavatam. And Madhavendra Puripad was in tears and he was wiping those tears. Foam was coming from his mouth. He was cleaning those foam and cleaning him, bathing him. So taking care of his body and his emotions. That's why Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Shri Ishwar Puripad as his Guru, because of his unconditional service to his Guru Maharaj. And that Guru Maharaj means Shri Madhavendra Puripad. But another disciple, Ramchandra Puri, he came to his Gurudev and said, "Why are you crying? Gurudev, you're not supposed to cry. You Guru, why are you crying? And what is the point of crying? Remember Brahm and be blissful. Remember Brahm, impersonal Brahm, and be blissful." Oh, instructing your Guru. You have to tell your Guru you have to cry or not to cry. And Madhavendra Puripad immediately rejected him. Go away from here. I don't want to see you. Two disciples serving Gurudev, and one got blessed that Mahaprabhu accepted him as his Guru, Ishwar Puripad. And Ramchandra Puripad got rejected. Ramchandra Puri got rejected by his Guru. Go away from here. I don't want to see you. And then what happened? Shri Madhavendra Puri, he left from this world, and Ramchandra Puri started seeing faults in Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where Mahaprabhu used to stay in Puri? In Gambhira. And once upon a time, he saw a line of ants moving. Ramchandra Puri said, "What kind of sannyasi you are? You eating so much sweets?" Because ants only come when there are sweets. You hiding eating sweets? How are you maintaining your sannyas? Mahaprabhu was quiet. He didn't say any single word. Then Ramchandra Puri invited Mahaprabhu for lunch. And Mahaprabhu, being sannyasi, cannot say no. Anyone who invites, you have to go there. Mahaprabhu went there. Ramchandra Puri gave prasadam and keep on putting more and more and more on his plate. And Mahaprabhu has this promise that he don't want to leave any leftovers. He don't want to keep any leftovers on the plate. So he ate everything. And Ramchandra Puri started criticizing Mahaprabhu. Sannyasi eating so much? How are you maintaining your senses if you eat so much? Mahaprabhu quiet. Not a single word. And after some days, again Ramchandra Puri invite Mahaprabhu. Please come. Mahaprabhu said, okay, I cannot say no. And this time Ramchandra Puri putting more prasad, Mahaprabhu saying, no, enough. I cannot eat because he know later is going to criticize me. Mahaprabhu just took handful. And Ramchandra Puri said, this is dry renunciation. It doesn't matter if you eat more or less. Eating less is not bhakti. So this is very dry renunciation. It has no meaning in bhakti. Again criticize Mahaprabhu. Whatever Mahaprabhu does, he always criticizes him. Why he became like this? Because of his offense towards his Gurudev and was rejected by his Gurudev. But the point is, Mahaprabhu never spoke a single word to correct him. He was quiet. And that means rejection. When Gurudev is quiet on you, that's the most dangerous part. That means rejection. And if he's speaking, he's shouting, he's screaming, chastising, that's a blessings. He's acknowledging you. And if he's quiet, that's the most dangerous for disciple. This is one. Another category. So, Karna, in a mode of ignorance. The mode of passion, disciple, example given, Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma. Who's Gurudev of Bhishma? Parshuram. And what Bhishma did? He kidnapped 3 princes. Amba, Ambalika, or Ambika. That's why we have this town called Ambala on the name of Ambika, Ambalika. Ambala. Amba, Ambalika and?
Ambalika.
Amba, Ambika, Ambalika. There was a Swayamvar. You know Swayamvar?
Wedding.
Yes, there was wedding. All great kings were present there to get these 3 daughters. Means three princes. And no invitation went to Bhishma, to Hastinapur. And Bhishma became very upset. No invitation to us? This king is envious. And Bhishma went there. And he shooted arrows and made all their crowns fell on the ground. Everyone saw Bhishma, they got scared. We cannot fight with him. Bhishma said, I won. And I'm taking these 3 princes. Let me see who's there to fight with me. I'm going to take them. Big story in Mahabharata. I'm not going detail. Anyhow, Bhishma brought brought them, and then they said, now you have to marry. Long story, you know. There's one after another big story. You can see in Mahabharata, or you read in Mahabharata. Then these three said, since you brought us here, then you have to marry. You have to marry us. Vishnu said, no, I have taken a vow. I cannot marry anyone. Brahmachari. But Amba said, you have to accept me. And he said, no, I can't. Then she went to Parshuram and complained. And Parshuram said, how dare Bhishma can do this? I will fight with him. So Parshuram, guru of Bhishma, challenged his disciple. And Bhishma accepted this challenge. Yes, I'm ready to fight. He fought with his guru, Parshuram, and defeated him. He defeated his guru. This is disciple in the mode of passion. Then there is disciples in the mode of goodness. And Gurudev used to give example of Upamanyu. That he used to drink milk. Gurudev said, his guru said, oh, you're getting fat day by day. What you drinking? What you eating? Oh, cow's milk. You should not. That is meant for calves. He said, okay, Gurudev. Again, after some days, he said, Guru said, oh, you look fat. What are you eating? He said, I'm eating foam, which is coming from the mouth of cows. You're not supposed to eat that. So he was very fond of drinking anything white. So Gurudev is telling him not to drink, not to drink, not to drink. And once upon a time, he ate a plant. You know, if you break a plant, some white liquid comes out. He drank that and became blind. And he fell in one ditch. And he's calling out, Gurudev, 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 help me, help me. And his Gurudev came to help him. Oh, why are you there? Because you're telling me, again and again you're telling me, don't drink milk, don't drink foam. Finally, I just took this white, the wild leaf, and I became blind. Then his Gurudev seeing that, oh, because you're obeying me so much, and you became blind, I bless you. He got blessings. So, disciple in the mode of goodness, who's obeying. But then there are other categories where Uttam disciple, one who gives his life to serve one's Guru. And the best example is Quresh. Heard? Quresh, disciple of Shri Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya was preaching South India. Big Guruji, 1000 years back. All South Indians, they are disciples of Shri Ramanujacharya. All great temples in South India. So Shri Ramanujacharya was preaching the worship of Lakshmi Narayan. But the king of that territory was Shaivite, worshipper of Shiva. He didn't like this idea and he threatened him many times. If you don't stop preaching Lakshmi Narayan, I will kill you. But Shri Ramanujacharya, who was Ramanujacharya? Ramanuja. Anuja means younger brother of Ram. Lakshman came as Acharya. Fearlessly he was preaching. And then king became intolerant and he ordered his soldiers, get him and I want to punish him, sentenced to death. But Ramanujacharya, his disciple, Quresh heard this. Quresh heard this. And he took his Gurudev forcefully inside room and tied him and took his sannyas cloths and he put his white cloth in his Guru. Whereas Ramanujacharya was cursing him. What is this? You're offending me. You cannot become sannyasi just wearing saffron cloths. You need a mantras. He said similarly, Gurudev, you won't become grasta by putting white cloths. I know what I'm doing. And Quresh came out with the sannyasi outfits. And the soldiers saw him. Are you Ramanuja? He said, yes. And they dragged him in front of everyone. And king ordered, actually I want to kill you, But because once upon a time you helped my sister, she got haunted by a ghost. And you helped me, and that's why I'm not going to kill you, but I want to punish you. Soldiers, take his eyes out. They have a sharp weapon and they plucked his eyes out. He became blind and the blood was started emanating from his eyes. And later, Ramanujacharya came to know this, why Koresh was, why he took me forcefully in the room and he wanted to exchange my clothes because he wanted to save my life. He was presenting himself that he is Guru Ramanuja to save my life. Koresh became blind and he took shelter of one temple, Lord Vardaraj in South India, and he was every day singing bhajans for the Lord. And he used to speak directly. Ramanujacharya, in search of his disciple, oh, where are you, Koresh? Where are you, Koresh? Where are you, Koresh? Guru is serving for his disciple. And finally he saw, he heard someone singing. And he said, oh, he thought this is like Koresh singing. He ran inside the temple and he saw his disciple blind and he's singing for the Lord. And he's calling, Koresh, Koresh, Koresh. And Koresh heard his Gurudev, turned back, but he was blind. He has no eyes. Ramanuja's heart melted. He started crying. And he came and gave a very loving embrace to his disciple. Why you did so? Why you didn't tell me? I was cursing you and you were accepting all curse. Why you didn't inform me? I could have changed the situation. He said, Gurudev, this body is waste. And I was trying to use this body in the service of my Guru Maharaj. Otherwise, who is my worshipable in the entire world? Only you are my worshipable. So, I got this opportunity to serve you. Ramanujacharya became so moved and melted, and he he told Koresh, you can ask any two boons from the Lord right in front of me. I bless you. Ask any two boons and he will fulfill your desires. And Koresh, what he said? His folded hands, addressing to the Lord, said, oh Lord, that king who ordered to kill me, took my eyes, don't take his offense. Forgive him and give him your bhakti. This is what he asked in one boon. Other boon, those soldiers who punished me, don't take their offense. Instead, you give your bhakti to them, blessings to them. Two boons, finish. He didn't ask eyes or anything for himself. That made Ramanujacharya more and more crying. What you did? I invested all my potency in these two boons. Why didn't you ask your eyes? He said, Gurudev, I don't need my eyes. I just need you. Then Ramanujacharya, on behalf of his disciple, he said, oh Lord, now I'm asking on behalf of my disciple, please give him divine eyes. And there was a light emanated from the Lord Vardaraj. And Koresh, he got his not ordinary eyes, but divine eyes. When he got his eyes, he immediately closed his eyes. He didn't want to see the Lord. He closed his eyes and he turned around. Then he opened his eyes, because with that new eyes, the transcendental eyes, the very first vision he want to see is the lotus feet of his Gurudev. And he said, I'm so grateful, I'm thankful. You've given me these eyes. And Ramanujacharya, Guru, became upset. When I asked you to get two boons from the Lord, why you didn't ask the eyes? He said, because what would have happened to the king and the soldiers? They offended you. And Lord is not going to spare them. I was protecting them. And if I get these eyes, what I would have done? Attraction of this world. I don't want to get attraction of this world. But now I'm thanking you because these eyes are given by you. This is your prasad. Jasya prasadan bhagavad prasado. This is your prasad, and I'm sure, guarantee, I'm not going to get attracted any attractions of this world, and my life is there only to serve you. This is Uttam disciple, one who gives one life in the service of Guru, but understanding the mood, not literally just the words. Understanding the mood of Gurudev. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, don't go to Calcutta, but Prabhupada went to Calcutta. And if I start imitating Prabhupada, can we imitate our Gurudev? Can we imitate Prabhupada? It will be foolish, number one, if you do that. Because activities of acharyas, pure devotees, are not ordinary. They are transcendental in nature. Whereas our activities are very ordinary because we are still engrossed in that material conception of life. That's why we need maturity to understand the mood, not just literally the words. Mood. What he's expecting from me? How can I help? How can I serve him? And will that serving going to please him or displease him? Will that serving to him pleasing only to him or his also entire Guru Parampara? Everything has to be considered. Therefore, it is said, Agya Guru Huya Vicharniya. Suppose your Gurudev has diabetic. Suppose. And you made rasgulla, gulab jamun, halwa, cakes, pastries. And he's fond of that sweets. He wants to eat. Would you like to give this to him? Even if he shout at you, hey, bring here, why are you hiding? What's your duty? Not to give, but then you're disobeying your Guru. You're not following him. Because Shastra says you have to follow him 100% without any consideration. What will you do then? Will you give that halwa to him? Even if he slap you, no Guruji, I will not give you. Because you liking this, but I know this is going to harm your health. This is called love. There's one consideration which is called regulation. You have to be obedient. But then in the realm of love, there's more high level than following the standard of being obedient. Love is more high. Example, the etiquette says when you come and see your parents after a long time, maybe a month, you're supposed to touch their feet. But if you see your parents and parents seeing you, so much love is overflowing, they come and give you a hug. So, you're transgressing that etiquette of touching the feet of your parents. Why? Because there is another level. In the level of love, this is nothing. So the statement, following the order of Guru as it is, also have some details. And that's why I started saying, we need maturity. Maturity to understand this. Gurudev was being asked this question many times in 90s. So sometimes it's confusing what you're saying, what he's saying. Big questions. Gurudev used to say, it has to be considered what Shastras are saying, what Gurudev is saying, and what Acharyas are saying. And everything has to be aligned. If your Gurudev is saying something, but it's not aligned with Shastras and the Acharyas, no. Because he cannot say something which is against the Shastras or against the Acharyas. The words are aligned. Because he cannot do this. That's why one has to be very, very intelligent, mature to understand the words or his instructions, how I have to follow and what is the actually meaning of those instructions. Not literally just words. I need Rasgulla. No, Guruji, I cannot give you. I want. Who are you to stop me? You are my Guru or I am your Guru? I know I am your disciple, but I won't give you. I will give you a slap. Even then I will not give you. And suppose he give you a slap. What will happen? In India is very common. Here is weird. A disciple is ready to get slapped, but he will not give this. This shows the love of disciple. And Guru will appreciate this. Even though externally is rude, looks like rude and is slapping you and cursing you, but he appreciates this. He appreciates this. I'm giving you, I didn't want you to say this, but giving you a practical example. In the time of Srila Gurudev, he put me and my godbrother and other devotees in publication. So all Hindi publications were done by us. And it's very, very intense time. 12, 14 hours a day working on publications. But if you see all these Hindi books, in some books you will see our names and many of books you will not see our names. I didn't want to tell this, but just giving you one example. And Guruji was so upset with us. Why are you not putting your names? And we used to tell, oh no, we forgot. Some error, computer mistake, typing mistake. But the publication was coming one by one, another, more. We didn't put our name in there. We used to put other devotees' names who never ever contributed anything in publication. And then in the middle of Kartik, you can ask devotees. When he used to present this new publication to Gurudev, he wants to offer this to his Guru Maharaj and used to call out our names. Where is Krishna Kripa? My name. Where is Madhav Priya? Where is Amal Krishna? All these devotees. And we, three of us, we were hiding. We never used to come in front of him. We were watching him. And he's calling. I want them to come here. I want to present this. They have done a lot in this publication. We are not coming there. Why? Everyone will clap for us. We are not here for clapping. We are here to serve you. That's all. We don't want anything in return. Then, after the assembly over, then we used to go to Gurudev room. And externally, he's showing little angry mood. Why you came here now? I was calling with so much love and emotions. I want to present this book. I want everyone to know who's working on my books. He never used to go there. But Gurudev was so happy to see that they don't want any name, they don't want any adoration. Their only purpose is to serve. So this is something externally showing some anger, but internally you're so satisfied. This is the mood. So we have to become Uttam disciples. Not Tamsik, not Rasik, not even Sattvic. More than that. And that needs so much courage. Courage means giving one's life to serve Gurudev. We can't even give our possessions, what to speak of a life. To become best disciple. More we offer, ourselves, our desires, everything, obeying the order of my Guru. What he wants me, where he wants me to go, where he don't want me to go, how he wants me to serve him, the mission and everything. You have to follow that. Then you will see you are a different person. You're going to see different person with so much realizations. Because you're sacrificing your time and other energies. And every love needs sacrifice. This is all about love to one's Gurudev. Okay. Gaur Premanande. It's too late, 2 o'clock. Yes. Everyone is hungry. So we end up here. My trip to Seattle ended with the yajna and celebrating birthday. Heman Prabhu. And we had Kirtan this week. We had so much Hari Katha. Keep that Hari Katha in your heart. Don't forget that. Just like we eat and then we forget what we ate 3 days back. So whatever you heard, always keep one notebook and pen in class and mark or write down the important points. It will be in your memory forever. So whatever you heard last week, whatever you can remember, write down. And while you're chanting, meditate on that. That's going to change your life. It's all about transforming the life. The transition from material understanding to the spiritual understanding. And that needs a lot of maturity. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Thank you everyone. Just 2 more minutes because we should end up with Maha Mantra, right? Harikatha. So today I want Hemant to sing Maha Mantra. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.